Hello, my name is Lucas, this is Bitterford, and I am here with a triumphant return of sorts to Book Trek 2021, the 5-month mission to read Star Trek novels. And it's taken me weeks to get back, but I'm here, and I read a Star Trek novel for Star Trek The Next Generation, which is the second iteration of the series, so it's for the second month. And I read The Captain's Honor by Daniel and David Dvorkin, which was all right. Thankfully, it was, I read 2 original series novels last month, both surrounding Spock. And one of them was a psychosexual mistake that should have never been written. And one was Spock's World, which was a magnificent novel, one of the best novels I've read this year, in my opinion. I mean, that novel's so good, man. This is not that. It is a perfectly fine novel. It's not very good. There's some noticeable weak gaps and just some confusing elements to me. Anyway, this novel begins with these new, well, maybe not new. I haven't seen them in Star Trek, but maybe they're in there somewhere. I haven't seen every episode. The Mdocs, which are these aggressive feline species. Unlike any other feline species, they are aggressive, as it says. Anyway, and about 200 years ago, the Federation sort of enforced a treaty on them. And this is a warrior race, and, they don't take kindly to that, and they, rub up against the Federation, and territorial disputes come from this treaty. Where they are not at war, but and they're meant to have these certain kind of ships, and not allowed to have more aggressive military kind of ships. And anyway, the Centurion, a star fleet ship, is in the area, and it is led by Sejanus, who is a Magna Roma. Magna Roman, and this is an alien species that follows the Roman Empire's trajectory throughout history, except without the downfall of sorts of Rome. They just continued to rule. About 70 years prior to this, some people, it was a dictatorship until, around the time they start joining the Federation, these kind of things. The landscape has changed, politically speaking, though there are still the old customs that don't go away in 70 days. Anyway, this guy, Mr. Janus, is the captain, and he has political machinations at hand and on his mind when dealing with these Mdocs, who they are not to go to war with. Through some maneuvering, Sejanus is able to take on this incredibly powerful ship. And the Enterprise shows up after a distress signal was sent out, and they're happy to find the Centurion in one piece. And then all kinds of questions start coming up about what happens next with the people of this planet, who are bound to be protected by the Federation, though in deep trouble if these Starfleet ships leave. and Starfleet Command sends word to Captain Picard to secure the area and take control and do whatever he deems necessary. And we've got Worf here, who is also from a warrior race, right? He's from the Klingons, and they care deeply about honor. Certainly these Magna Romans also care a lot about honor. And he always excuses himself for different reasons, and he allows an ensign who's under his command, Jenny Laluz, to come in, and she is sort of from seemingly like a colony planet of the Magna Romans, because they have sort of the same blood and that kind of thing. Marinarms, I said it wrong, I forgot it. Anyway, this causes all kinds of problems because she gets it and she has these conflicting ideals from her upbringing in the Federation and on that planet, and also what she's learning about Magna Romans and what could happen under the possible rule of Sejanus, who is part of the family of people, the gens, who used to be the old rulers, the old dictators. I'm guessing gens is meant to be like short for generals. I don't really know. Anyway, there's all different kinds of interesting elements, I suppose. It all kind of falls flat, I think, just a little bit, because I just find it really hard to believe that, not so much that I can accept an alien planet having incredible similarities to some culture of Earth, modern or ancient, but they have a lot of customs and traditions and stuff that are just from ancient Rome, and I feel like times change. You know, times change, but at the same time, you know, I do live here in China. I see lots of people, for cosplay mostly, dressing up in ancient Chinese, different Tang Dynasty, Song Dynasty, you name it, clothing. So, you know, it's not that unheard of, but I just think, like, I just have a hard time buying into it. And I think there's an episode of the original series, they do sort of mention that the Magna Romans were visited by another Enterprise. I think there's an episode of this race of humanoids. I don't know for sure. I might not like that episode. I just find it kind of silly because they're dressing up in ancient Roman togas and stuff. I just find that weird. For special dinners and dress code. Anyway, Worf does have a part to play in teaching defense to the Terranuns, I forgot now, the people of this planet, who are pacifists, of course, which is why they don't know how to defend themselves, and why the M-Docs are just the perfect cat to these little mice, innocent little creatures who will be taken. Anyway, I think it would be a really cool episode, even with the silly space Romans. And it certainly would have saved me a couple hours, but I don't know. I'm glad it was okay, and I would have loved to see it as an episode. I think it would have been good. We had some okay moments with Picard and okay moments with Worf and Riker, and some funny little spots. I feel like the writers got Data and Geordi LaForge pretty well. They did definitely feel like their characters, and you know, the other ones were all right. Anyway, but yeah. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. Looking forward to another Star Trek novel next month. Goodbye.